Good evening and welcome to this 8:80 news live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar receives His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. Petroleum Development Oman investments reach more than $20 billion and investments of industrial estates exceeds 1.6 billion Omani riyals. And the value of assets in commercial banks in the Sultanate exceeds 28 billion Omani riyals by the end of first quarter of 2018. Good evening once again and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a cable of thanks from His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, Emir of Kuwait, in reply to His Majesty's cable of condolences on the death of Sheikh Manal Yusuf Al-Zaabi Al-Sabah. His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, received His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. During the meeting, they reviewed the brotherly relations binding the two countries and ways to support and enhance them, in addition to focusing on updates on both Arab and international arenas. Petroleum Development Oman PDO uncovered investments of more than $20 billion till 2021 in its future plans to sustain production of hydrocarbons on the long run. The company affirmed in its sustainability report for 2017 that its average oil production last year amounted to 582,196 barrels per day, with an increase by around 14,000 barrels per day. PDO's government gas supply reached at an average of 76.64 million cubic meters. More than 1.6 billion Omani riyals are the value of 159 projects that the Public Authority for Industrial Estates seeks to establish in various governorates of the Sultanate till 2020. These projects come to enhance the position of Oman as a regional hub for manufacturing, information and telecommunications technology and innovation. They also aim to provide support to the investors through regional and international competitiveness strategies, good infrastructure and value-added services and easy government procedures. Meanwhile, the Industrial Innovation Center announced that it will become a government company through Tanfeed program for economic diversification in order to raise the contribution of industrial sector in the gross domestic product. The total value of assets in commercial banks in the Sultanate reached more than 28 billion Omani riyals by the end of first quarter of 2018. The annual bulletin issued by the Central Bank of Oman CBO pointed out that the total assets in the bank increased to more than 7.4 billion Omani riyals. Meanwhile, the foreign assets by the end of March 2018 reached around 7 billion Omani riyals. CBO clarified that it amended the number of regulations organizing the banking activity with the aim to raise liquidity and credit level. It also added that the credit of the banking sector increased by more than 24 billion Omani riyals by the end of first quarter of 2018. As part of the corporate social responsibility towards the local community in the Sultanate of Oman, LNG signed a financing agreement for the procurement of 227 prosthetic equipment, including wheelchairs, medical beds and electrical wheelchairs for the benefit of the Omani Association for the Handicapped. The signing ceremony was attended by His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Kalbani, Minister of Social Development. After the signing ceremony, Mr. Yahya bin Abdullah Al-Amri, chairman of the Omani Association for the Handicapped, stated that the agreement value is 150,000 Omani riyals and will benefit 227 physically challenged individuals. The chairman thanked LNG Oman for their continued support to the association over the past 10 years. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. The Tay cave in the Wilaya of Mirbat turns into a natural water reservoir after Mikunu cyclone. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry held its headquarters the third Ramadan evening. The event was presided over by His Highness Sayyid Dr. Fahad bin Al-Julanda Al-Saeed, Assistant Secretary General of Innovation Development at the Research Council. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi was there and has this report.
Is there money available in the country?
Modern applications of artificial intelligence, robotics, nanotechnology, blockchain, and the Internet of Things were the main topics highlighted at the third Ramadan evening of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which was held under the theme, The Fourth Industrial Revolution and the Future of Business.
The major talk and the discussion was, although Oman depends mainly on oil and gas as its main income source, but there is an opportunity for Omanis and Oman to take the lead and take it as an opportunity to prepare for this, the fourth industrial revolution, in the sense that prepare the infrastructure and also train the youth and the younger generation to perform and take whatever the opportunities which will come from this industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution.
Experts in modern technologies discussed at the event the mechanisms of building local cadres and keeping pace with the developments of the industrial revolution and the requirements of supporting the industrial sector in terms of scientific research and development. The participants also discussed the experiences of developed countries in this field and the impact on societies and the labor market.
The fourth industrial revolution is focused on the new technologies around artificial intelligence, connecting things together across whole economic systems and throughout the economy. For Oman, we must transition fast to this because right now the economy is heavily dependent on just fossil fuel from oil and gas. And as the world moves more toward renewable energy, particularly for things like transportation, the demand for fossil fuels will decline at some point. So we need to use that money now to focus on diversifying the economy and move quickly into new technologies.
The world is getting into the era of the fourth industrial revolution, which offers great opportunities to achieving higher rates of economic, social, and human development, reducing production costs and shortening the time of development. Yet, this revolution imposes unprecedented challenges on societies, one of which is the reduction of employment opportunities. For the Sultanate of Oman television, Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Thank you, Saleh. Royal Oman Police celebrated the conclusion of its Ramadan activities for the year. The ceremony was held at Traffic Safety Institute under the auspices of Major General Abdullah bin Ali Al-Harthi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Civil Defense and Ambulance. The event included a visual presentation and final stage of cultural competition. A poem in the love of Oman and its leader was delivered at the end of the ceremony. Honors the winners of the first places in Ramadan cultural competition and chess championships. The Committee of Female Entrepreneurs at Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry branch in the Governorate of South Sharqiya organized an exhibition for 70 female entrepreneurs in the Wilaya of Jalan Bani Bu Hassan. They displayed their products, which included clothes, perfumes, frankincense, making traditional food, dishes and craft industries. The event aimed to encourage female entrepreneurs and support them in promoting their products. It also sought to spread the culture of entrepreneurship among all segments of the society. In cooperation with Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry branch in Al-Wusta, the Directorate of Sports Affairs in the Governorate of Al-Wusta organized in the Wilaya of Hema the first Wusta Youth Forum as part of Shababi 2018 program. The forum attracted many citizens and residents in the Governorate of Al-Wusta, and a number of officials from both the public and private sectors attended the forum. The Governorate of the Far contains many natural sites that attract both local and international tourists. One of these natural tourist destinations is Taiq Cave, which is located in the northern eastern part of Tawiatir in the Wilaya of Marbat. Due to the massive rainpours during Mikono cyclone, Taiq Cave has turned into a natural water reservoir, creating a new splendid scenery to Oman natural tourist destinations. And here are the Ramadan times for tomorrow. Fajr prayers at 3:53 a.m. and Maghrib prayers at 6:57 p.m. And now let's have a look at the weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the Governorate of the Far with chances of scattered rains. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea. Scattered rains are expected over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be southwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. More details on your screen. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar receives His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. Petroleum Development Oman investments reach more than $20 billion in investments of industrial estates exceeds 1.6 billion Omani riyals. The value of assets in commercial banks in the Sultanate exceeds 28 billion Omani riyals by the end of first quarter of 2018. With that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. From the entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and Ramadan Mubarak.